for Raconteur Press.
Yeah. And we're live, it says.
Get live. Let's see here.
All right, do your thing.
Supporters should keep, well, basically everything. Donate here. If you like coffee, order from these guys. Let them know you heard about it from us. Maybe they'll send us, well, yeah, just let them know you heard about it here. Oh, because we've got a stack of beans to grind. It's going to be great.
6 pounds worth so far.
6 pounds of beans to grind. It's going to be great.
Let me start with a new book. Mona Lisa Foster's Threading the Needle dropped today. And since Johnna's not here to take care of the back of the office stuff, I put the link over in North Texas Troublemakers. So,
Little sis did good with this one.
yeah, she did. And thank you very much for the book, Mona Lisa book. She also sent me a copy of her Ravages of Honor series too. And I got to looking last night, and I have 2 bookshelves plus of books authored by friends and signed.
This is a good problem to have.
It's running me out of book space.
I noticed that she's got a 1911 on the cover.
Yeah.
I'm going to point out that she also has a free story on Bayan's website, Relics.
Yeah.
That is.
Yes, that is an interesting little story. And that's Sanford. He's
Sanford,
hiding off camera.
Sanford's in for the peanut gallery.
Rick, problem is I'm out of wall space in my house. I literally don't have any place to put another freaking bookshelf. I've got books at other people's houses.
Oh yeah, you've got all your Lou Lamores are over at Cedar and Sanford's house.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for the birthday wishes. It's another day. Yeah, out of space for shelves and guns. I'll find space for guns.
All right. I need to go and get my rifle so that you can have some more space.
Yeah, that would free up one space in the safe.
Well, he's got the in the front living room / dining room. He's got 2 big shelves. He's got built-in shelves in the hall, and then he's got little freestanding shelves in the den.
And the den is probably 16 feet wide, and they're metal shelving 4 high, so about 5 feet high. The ones in the living room, dining room are 6-foot bookshelves, and they're
creaking,
and they're 5 foot wide. Yeah. I got a lot of books, and I gave away a lot of books to Walter Reed when I left DC area.
You've got a lot of author friends.
Yeah, that too. You know, and that's kind of an interesting, I don't know, interesting way to look at it is, you know, not all of us are young writers, to put it mildly.
Oh, we're going there today.
Well, most of us, it's a second or third career or a side career.
Third career.
Yeah. So it's, you know, using what we know, what we've been through, as Peter loves to say, scrubbing the serial numbers off to the point it's unrecognizable, except that doesn't always work.
No.
Yeah, Ben, that's the reason you use ebooks.
No.
I've got probably 1,000 books between my Nook and my Kindle. I've probably got 1,000 books on there.
There was a story that I crossed last week. Kindle had unilaterally gotten rid of a whole bunch of books people had bought.
Yeah.
So ebooks was a great idea. Long time, you know, back in the early days, ebooks are a great idea. But when I got some jackass at Amazon mass deleting books and I don't get a refund for the books that he's just deleted off my Kindle. I got issues with that.
Yeah.
Anybody trying to delete my Dead Tree books, well, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. You can download and back up your ebooks. Yeah. That is true. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, if you're going to download, if you're going to delete your hardback books, your paper books, you just about have to use a Flammenwerfer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So hello to everybody that's on here today. We do appreciate it, as always. Excuse me. You know, when you get up in the morning, you shouldn't sound like Rice Krispies.
You shouldn't.
No.
Well, I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's 3 of us.
Yeah. Yeah. The snap, crackle, and pop. Oh,
This morning was one of those mornings I had to try 3 times to get out of bed.
yeah.
Ugh.
I had no choice but to get up. I had to go. Bad.
Yeah, well, yes.
We did. I did an informal survey at the American Legion last night. We had a meeting and dinner. And since we had cooked beans and cornbread and I was serving, I was asking people coming through the line whether or not they had or used hearing aids. As it turned out, about 60% of us haven't used hearing aids. Every Marine there had at least one. Most of them had 2. And some of the other Vietnam vets, 3 Air Force guys, as a matter of fact, who were all flight crew back in the day, all had 2. And one of them kind of says, well, yeah, I flew Puff and Spooky back in the day. And his wife nudged him and hell, she elbowed the hell out of him. He goes, you're yelling again. He goes, oh, sorry.
Yep.
And all the young kids are going, huh? What? You guys need to go get checked too. And the girls. Oh, speaking of military, apparently the Army has their first female sniper now certified.
I don't have much of an issue with the sniping part because the ladies are better at long range shooting than the guys are.
Yes.
Smaller, faster hearts evens out the bouncing in the scope.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Better fine motor control, smaller bodies to, except when you get up to the really monster rounds.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't do so good with a 338 Lapuas.
Yeah.
But you put a lady behind a 308 and she'll outshoot the guys if she's taught right.
Oh, hell yes.
Um,
Been there, done that, been beat by them.
Yep. The ladies with lady size rifles and decent training, same level of training the ladies will outshoot the guys.
Yep.
In my experience anyway. Now what they have to do as a sniper, the crawling through the mud and the stuff, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with, but
And the humping gear.
and humping all of the gear the sniper requires, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with. But as far as the shooting part goes, knock it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Sir Brass. That's also true. Grandmother said that when grandfather was in reunions with other World War II pilots, you could tell a pilot from co-pilot based on which ear they were deaf
out
in.
of.
Yeah, and that's me too. I'm more deaf in the left ear than I am in the right, although both of them are pretty bad. Left ear is now down 65 dB. In other words, I can't hear shit out of my left ear. Oh, Bill, finally, I'll be curious to know what you think of Into the Green.
Jesse's talking about a certain Jesse Barrett must not mention a certain 50 vid. What he's talking about is little bitty Jen Hast in a cat suit behind firing a Barrett,
rubberized cat suit,
a Barrett M82.
and I missed it.
That
Damn
girl, that girl's a hell of a shot. She really is.
Yeah, right. You were looking at the shot. Mm-hmm, sure.
I examined the target after she was done.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I walked all the way 750 yards downrange and looked at the target, and every one of her shots was on target. I don't remember the shooting of it, but
Bullshit.
No, I was too busy watching oscillations.
Yeah.
But that comes back, 5'4", 110-pound Jen Haas is not going to hump
No.
30-pound Barrett very far into the boonies.
In a case of ammo and scopes. And,
Well, ironically, one of the women that I shot with at Quantico was female, about 5'3", and maybe 100 pounds soaking wet with a pocket full of rocks. And her rifle of choice was an M82.
Hmm.
She was a Capitol Police sniper.
That's not the one I'd use in the Capitol, but
Well, she was, her job was quote unquote taking out moving objects.
again,
Yeah.
50's not what I'd use for that, but not in the Capitol, but
Yeah.
whatever works for her.
Yeah. And she had one and she could shoot that thing.
I say Jen, I think she was using Gem AE Pilots M82. And I said she was shooting a barrel at 750 yards, and she put 10 for 10 on the barrel.
Well,
Which-
remember when I put Dawn down on my 308?
Mhm.
Every one of them was center mass.
Mhm.
And that was at 500 yards.
I said she was, and people think a 55-gallon drum's a big target. At 750 yards, it's not a big target.
No.
And I said Jen was 10 for 10 on it. But if she would had to low crawl 750 yards to the target, dragging that M82, I'm not sure she'd have been able to do it.
It would have taken longer than a man, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Yes, sir, Brass. She never actually said what the material was she was shooting, but we could all take a pretty good guess. Yeah. Yeah, Mikado, the small bore range, yeah. It's going to vary from ear to ear. Of course, my other problem, quite honestly, is I grew up shooting as a kid and we didn't use earplugs. Yeah.
Now there's plenty of sniping, sharpshooting, designated rifleman that gets you to where you need to be in a Humvee.
Yeah.
And the ladies are great at that.
Yeah.
You stick a female sniper with a male spotter in a Humvee to go where
Yeah.
they need to do to Overwatch. I'll take a female sniper Overwatch anytime.
Oh, yeah.
They are excellent shots.
Yep. And Mona Lisa says, that's exactly why I don't get into a lot of the actual sniping details in threading a needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. Do I even want to go down this rat hole? There is, I guess there are always two sides to the equation as a writer. One is how much you do an info dump on and how much you do a light gloss on and let the reader build a story in their mind. I tend to go with less details, and let the reader build what's going on in their mind. Yeah, in the Gray Man books, Jesse and the Old Man and Cronin are both pretty realistic because I've shot sniper competitions for years. So I actually do know all those ins and outs. And I've tried to put just enough detail in the story to keep the story moving along and let people know that there were other things going on than just getting up there, laying down and pulling the trigger.
I will get as realistic as possible. Ellie in the my urban fantasy series uses a 6.5 Creedmoor for a reason.
Yeah.
Because she's a little bitty female, and near as I can tell, a 6.5 Creedmoor was designed for the ladies. You
Yeah.
put a lady behind a 6.5 Creedmoor, and she will outshoot every guy on a 338 Lapua.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you can put a 127 grain 6.5 Creedmoor on target. You are more combat effective and combat efficient than some guy with a 338 that's whiffing it past the target's ears.
Yeah. And yeah, we have David Weber as the other side of the coin. I wasn't going to go there, but
Info dump.
Yeah.
We love David, but good Lord.
yeah. Yeah. People learn things in fiction. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's
A lot
wrong.
of times it's wrong. And there are tropes in fiction that got done that made it out into the real world and needs to fucking stop.
Yeah.
The whole mercury tip bullet shit. That was somebody invented that for a story, and next thing I know, there's people in the army doing it.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't work. Stop it. Knock it off.
Yeah.
The whole pushing pushing the nasal bone into the brain. No, that doesn't work. This isn't a bone. This is mostly cartilage.
Yeah.
It does not go through the hardest bone in the body with just a shove of the heel of your hand. I hate that crap.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why Larry had Julie getting a JP Enterprise at 6.5 while Owen got the 308. Yeah. And Larry definitely knows his guns. He was
Larry.
Yeah. Well, Funny Buddy movie guns.
Fuzzy
too.
Bunny, Fear the Bunny, Fuzzy Bunny movie guns.
Yeah.
John Arpin, Mercury Tip Bullet, 4th Edge. I think you may be right. But the whole,
That is actually a real bullet.
yeah, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It was a real bullet for about 2 minutes. The whole drilling out the bullet and then putting a drop of mercury in and sealing it. One, most people can't drill the damn hole
Dead straight, dead center.
dead
Yeah.
center, and you throw the bullet off. Second, mercury does weird things when you spin it.
Yep.
You lose accuracy, and then when it finally, not only do you lose accuracy, but you've now unweighted the bullet.
Yep.
The bullets are weighted. The center of gravity is off.
Yeah.
And the whole thing's just stupid. And half the time, whatever shit the idiots are using to close off the bullet melts in flight anyway.
Better than the guys that drilled it out and put tannerite in.
Oh, yeah. Well, the only one that actually works is a Rothfuss,
Yeah, but
but that's also done basically in a clean room by a ammunition manufacturer who knows exactly what they're doing.
But I think Arpin's right. I think it was Daily Jackal, but the whole drilling out putting a drop of mercury is a stupid idea. Don't do it. It's stupid. Nobody professional does it. Then all of a sudden, this idiot book comes out. And everybody's doing it. It's like, God damn it.
Oh, Bill, you got the Hog Hunter module on the simulator? Oh.
Hello.
Oh, that could be fun.
Hello.
New lap desk is far more ergonomic. Oh, that's nice, RK.
And the mercury tip bullet, the drilling out the bullet and putting mercury in, it's stupid. The whole shoving the bone through the brain, stupid. And it all wound up in a book somewhere. Next thing I know, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Well, horned Viking helmets.
Yeah. Oh, for frick's sake. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much stuff out there that's totally unrealistic.
Yeah. And a lot of it, and those two I know came from fiction writers that didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
But they didn't know what the hell they were talking about, but said it with such authority that people that should have known better started doing that crap.
And then the other side of the coin is Mona Lisa, not only in Threading the Needle, but also in her other series, did a lot of detailed work on genetics and other things to make sure she got it right. And literally tons of research, not that much of which actually makes it into the book. But when you read the book, what she says is correct. And the data backs up what she says. So it's accurate. Ravages of Honor, yeah.
You've seen me several times in a horn Viking helmet.
Yeah.
My eyes are good today. I'm a happy man. I can actually see on my left eye today. It's great.
Yay. Yeah, there are so many ways, so many ways you can twist and turn stuff.
One of the things I like about the current golden age of writing and publishing, especially for self-pubbed, is you can actually go talk to people.
Yeah.
And learn how to do this. And there's actually Larry put on a shooting for writers class.
Yeah.
And we're still beating around with Mead Hall Gun Range on here. So we're still beating around putting on a shoot guns for authors class. But there's so much more that's available now today, these days, so that you can actually get the crap right for once.
Part of the problem is that information today is a fire hose and you need a drinking fountain.
Yeah. Well, I actually Rick, you bring up a good point. Entire research libraries are fingertips. The comment, though, I would make is stab, insta kill. Yeah, Wayne, that one too. Is the fact that a lot of those databases and these entire research libraries are not necessarily correct.
It's a Courtney.
Good morning, Courtney. I actually was at the gun shop the other day looking for something that I'm still looking for. Damn it. You know how hard it is to find friggin' magazines for a Colt Woodsman?
Yes.
So do I.
Matter of fact, I do know how hard it is to find magazines for Colt Woodsman.
And I made a comment to George, who is a Comanche Indian, full blood, by the way, about needing to do research on Comanches. And he kind of went, oh. He says, I can put you with somebody that knows what she's talking about. Her grandfather was one of the Comanche chiefs. And I went, oh. And he says, oh, by the way, I would not recommend that you go by the Comanche Museum in Lawton because it sucks. Damn. Okay, George, I'll come talk to you. He says, I'll put you with a lady up cash. She'll give you the real information. And she's got pictures and she's got books and it's like, okay, George, I get it.
There's one of my all-time favorite, top 10 favorite movies is 3 Days of the Condor. Robert Redford, love that movie. But it is the source of one of my massive pet peeves is that an Ingram Mac 10 or Mac 11, I think it was Mac 10,
Yeah.
with silencer attached is quieter than a teletype machine.
Bullshit.
And that has spawned so much crap.
Dan, I'm pretty sure they did because listening to George and his rant about the corruption of certain things, yes.
But no, it's that I love that movie. The whole scene when they're wiping out the CIA station and the you can't hear the Ingrams over the teletype machine just sets my teeth on edge.
Yeah, silencers are not silent. They're actually called suppressors for a reason.
I stopped. I don't know how old I was when Godfather came out. I forget, but I actually walked out of. That's one of the first movies I walked out of because there was a scene, and it's been so long I don't remember. It's the bad guy has been waiting for these guns for so long. The guns come, and then he's got the silencers, and he's trying to screw the silencers on the barrel, and he's pissed off because they don't go. And it's like the barrels aren't extended and threaded. What the hell were you expecting?
Yeah.
And this gun guy is like, it doesn't fit. Well, no shit, it's not extended barrel.
Yeah.
And I was not very old when I'm done. Done.
Yeah.
But this guy that can't, he got pissed off and I think beat up or shot an associate for bringing him this stuff because the silencers wouldn't fit on the guns.
Yeah.
Well, silencers were bad. No, your friggin' guns don't have extended and threaded barrels. Yeah. I was a child and I knew this.
You had more knowledge of firearms than most children.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Yes. Yeah, Jesse, that's an excellent point. You can get a single shot 22 down a more or less movie quiet.
You can get a 40. I know for a fact that you can get a bolt action 45 ACP rifle
Yeah.
with integral silencer down to where the firing pin impact is louder than the.
Yeah.
It's called a Delisle,
Delisle,
and
yeah.
I've got to fire one. They're great.
Yeah.
Somebody makes a modern. I forget who he makes a modern version. He
Oh,
takes
yeah.
a Ruger 77 357 or 7744, the bolt action 357 or 44 rifles, and it silences the damn things from just ahead of the throat to the end of the barrel. It's one long integral silencer, and those are quiet.
Yeah.
Not as quiet as the Delisle, but they are with a 38 or 44 special. Excuse me, they are quiet little darlings. They really are. Also expensive as hell.
Oh yeah. Well, the first thing you've got to do to quiet anything is you have to get it subsonic.
Yeah.
So that means less than 1,000 feet per second out of the muzzle, which is why putting a suppressor on an M4 is just kind of fucking stupid.
You can do it. I've done it. And if you're going to be assaulting in a building with an M4 or an AR-15, you want to have a suppressor on there. Because remember the whole thing about hearing aids earlier?
Huh?
Yeah. I can tell you exactly when I lost a lot of hearing on this ear is when I pulled the trigger on a short-barreled M4 in a trailer.
Well, actually, the SEALs want the short barrel. They have one of the weapons in their inventory is a 10 1/4 inch AR.
Well, that's them. I don't care.
They use it on shipboard
I'm sure they do. I don't care.
because of two things. One, it's easy to move around bulkheads, hatches, everything else. And two, that son of a bitch is so loud, and there's a wave front of gas about this long out the front of it that it scares the shit out of anybody that's on the other end.
It also ruptures it will rupture this side.
Well, they have good ear
Uh-huh.
protection.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's your own damn fault.
Drop the hammer on that thing and going down to single wide.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, you want a friggin' suppressor on that thing if you're going to do that sort of crap.
The other thing with suppressed rounds, and we'll use my 308 as an example since you were there.
You talking about the sideways bullets on the target?
Yeah, well, that's one thing. I have a real M24 Army sniper rifle that I picked up from friends, and do have a suppressor for it. It's a Surefire, and it is the top of the line SOCOM 2 suppressor. So we went out to test fire it, and I had a guy that built some bullets for it. Said, "Oh yeah, these are suppressed at 180 grain. You'll be fine."
I think it was 220, wasn't it?
No, it was 180 and 200.
And he was using pistol. He actually had the case. The case was charged with pistol.
Yeah.
Fast burning pistol, and they were quiet.
Yeah,
They were quiet little
they
darlings.
were quiet as hell. The only problem is we were shooting on 100-yard range, and they were hitting the target sideways
Beautiful sideways shots.
because the bullet weight was too much, and at less than 1,000 feet per second, it couldn't even spin it correctly.
Mm.
So that was a waste of damn near $150. Went back and bought 168 grain suppressed ammo, and it worked like a champ. The only problem was at 100 yards compared to a standard federal gold medal match, the bullet drop was 13 inches at 100 yards. So in my gray man, when I'm talking about shooting suppressed and lobbing them in or rainbowing them in, it's for a reason,
Mortaring them in.
because you're going to lose that much, not only drop, but also impact on the far end. And yeah, Sir Brass, that's Grunt's ears ringing and Dynamic Urban fight is a recipe for disaster.
World War II, the Grudge did it all the time.
And that's why most of them can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them can't hear. Most of us can't hear. Yeah, pretty much RK, target bracketed, fire for effect. You really have to, as a matter of fact, I think that clip's up on YouTube in my channel. I can hear you. I remember you asking, where were you aiming? I said, top of the barrel.
Yeah. At 100 yards, top of the barrel, sitting at the bottom.
Yeah, hitting 13 inches low. Anyway, talk about too much detail. That's too much detail.
Well, it's too much detail for, I would say, some fans, probably most fans. But Larry's got an entire fan base that loves that amount of detail.
Yeah.
And we'll argue whether it's 13 inches a drop or 12.
12, yeah, no kidding. Well, by my calculations, that should be 12.2 inches a drop. Yeah, well,
Let's not talk about arguments over that shit.
Jim's actually got people have checked the location of a dumpster in a scene.
Yeah.
They use Google Earth to take a look at the scene where he had to fight and to make sure the dumpster was there for
And
somebody
sent me a picture of it.
for somebody to hide behind.
I also, in my alpha and beta readers, I have people that are also sniper shooters, snipers and shooters. And I had one scene in Payback, Gray Man series, that took place down in Mexico. So I sent it to them, and it turned into a 3-week argument over what the bullet drop was. And it finally got to the point that I sent them every freaking detail: the weather, the temperature, the pressure, the altitude, the drop, the inclination,
Nope.
the software program that I use to run the fucking thing, which is what I actually shoot with. And finally, one of the guys came back and says, well, I got it within 2 inches, so I guess that's good enough. It's a 750-yard fucking shot.
Oh, Dan, you forgot humidity.
Yes, I included the humidity too. It's in the friggin' Mexican desert.
There's a YouTube channel, and it's some ranch in Texas.
Yeah.
And they've got a fairly consistent weather phenomenon where at certain times of the day, a supersonic bullet, a transonic bullet will create a vapor trail.
Yeah.
And they use this place for the extreme long range shooting.
Well, that's where Charlie made his 4-mile shot.
For the extreme long range shooting, because at that, it's easier to watch the round go in on target if there's a vapor trail behind it.
Well, and you also, at that range, you have to figure in Coriolis effect and movement of the earth.
Yeah, no kidding.
So they're and we're getting even further off in the weeds.
We're off in the weeds.
So the other thing that has happened in real world, they did get the P8 out of the water at Kaneohe.
To hunt the subs, you must become a sub.
Yeah. Mike Massa was giving me shit about that yesterday. Thank you very much.
There are more planes on the bottom of the ocean than there are submarines in the sky.
Well, yes.
Read between the lines. Yes. But they did get it out. They used rollers. And the only part of the plane that was actually resting on the coral was landing gear. So they think that the damage to the coral is fairly insignificant by comparison.
Carl.
But there is, quote unquote, hope, very dim hope, that they will be able to reuse the airplane. Quite honestly, I doubt it for a number of reasons. Yeah. Mona Lisa says, submarines in the sky sound like an anthology name or a fever dream.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
We are hip deep in anthologies and rising fast right now.
Travis Taylor wrote that.
I
Well,
need to
John
talk
for
to
that
Ringo.
matter, I don't remember the name of this TV cartoons, but sometime in the 80s, there was the battleship submarine Yamamoto or something like that. There was a flying through space.
Yeah, the yeah, I remember. I actually do remember that. It was a great anime, and it had
Yeah.
the Battleship Yamato in space.
Yep.
There was a one of my favorite.
Submarines in the sky sounds steampunkish. Yeah.
There was one of my favorite, and this is going to sound bad because I don't remember who the hell wrote it. I think Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote about the world was the U.S. had gone really, really isolationist, and there was this zone around the entire North and South America that was basically American. Nobody else came in. They didn't know what was going outside of it, and it was patrolled by these sky submarines that they could fly, and then one of them, the captain, one of them winds up in Great Britain, and it's become this jungle habitat inhabited by animals that got loose from the zoos and wild tribes. Really good for a pulp. One of my favorite pulp reads.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the hell it's called.
Yeah, Rick, I tend to agree. All the corrosion of the airframe and cable harnesses down below the deck. Yeah. And you're right. When Guitarro sank at the pier at Mare Island, that was, I want to say, $15 or $20 million rewire on the submarine.
Well, when you
Rick says it's Sky Captain and a World
Nope.
of Tomorrow.
Nope. That's
Oh.
not it. I think it was Edgar Rice Burroughs. And
put it
Yeah, it'll
on
be
Face-
cheaper to buy an
Put it on
UPA.
Facebook and ask. Somebody will come up and tell you.
somebody, I think somebody will come up with it. It's a great little, of course, it's the what?
Tiffany. Interesting. Editing my steampunk story right now. The Lost Continent.
Could be.
No, the Lost Continent was
No, it was dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. That's gonna bug the shit out of me.
And I've got cable harnesses.
Hang on.
well, pulling the plane is financially reasonable. You disassemble it and scrap it.
Yeah. Well, I've like I told Mike, I think it's going to be a Strike Alpha, because that much corrosion and the damage to the wing boxes and everything else, because it's not designed to be supported that way. Book X by author Z. And people love to correct others online. Yes, that is very true. Hey, Rafter, day late, dollar short. That's all right. But you know, the thing is, we're hurting for airplanes. We're over mission capability.
Edgar Rice Burroughs beyond 30. That's it.
Ooh. I didn't think that was what that one was about. Ouch.
Yep, there's the cover.
My memory sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, my memory sucks.
Paperback, $12. Paperback? Bloody hell.
Yeah, probably used only.
Yep, Pan America. Under single government has closed ocean's borders at 30 degrees west, 170 degrees west. Jefferson Turk,
Beyond 30.
beyond 30. That's the name of it.
That's what Carlton said.
All right, great
Yep.
minds think alike.
Somebody, I have the feeling, strange feelings, that a number of people on here are sitting there going, look, they're wrong. I'm going to fix it. Which is why I enjoy this. Paid 35 cents new from Ace. Yeah.
No, it's one of my favorite little pulps, and they've got flying submarines.
Yeah. Yeah, you can fly a submarine once. It's kind of an interesting.
Science fiction, pulp science fiction.
When you do it in reality, it has certain other constraints. Like when the son bitch crashes back and it scrams the reactor. it gets a little quiet and a little dark.
Hand wave you up. You don't have to worry about it. Moving on. It's
Yeah, Sir Brass, I got to do that not by choice in one of my underway periods. Serializing the Evening World newspaper, November 15th. Also published under the title of Lost Continent, 1963.
I've always, my copies have always been beyond 30.
Yeah.
So
Irwin Allen, please report to the Flying Subdoc. Well, actually, Sir Brass, they didn't sink it. They blew up the rail line.
they launched it.
Yeah.
They had seen it may have sunk after it hit the water, but they launched that puppy.
Yeah. And it was rather interesting reading the after action report on that,
Oh, I'll bet.
because apparently he brought the barb in so close they could not submerge because there was not enough water under the keel to submerge the boat. And apparently one of the 4 that went ashore was a Boy Scout.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me in the least.
And that's how he got selected to go ashore.
I just imagine that captain. I need 4 E4s. I want to torpedo a train. And they went, sir. And 10 minutes later,
Well, they didn't actually torpedo it, but
no, but
yeah. Well, submariners in World War II were a slightly different breed.
I guarantee you, it said he found an E4, found an E4
Bless
somewhere, and said, I want to torpedo a train. And
Yeah.
who said, and the E4 went, sir.
Yeah. And if you ever get a chance, sadly, not many people do, to get into Subpac at Pearl Harbor, they have all the original metal flags,
No, but
including the barbs, which is the only one that has a train engine on it out of all the submarine flags up there. That train, it offends me. Yeah. Yeah, they were a very interesting breed. I've had a chance to talk to a couple of the older gents, and Fluky was a oddball even for the submariners. He also wrote a huge after-action report for all the submarine actions in World War II that were documented. And I think that was actually done by tasking. Yeah. Seaman Jones, do you see that train? Well, I don't want to. Make it go away. Yeah.
and they did. That's
Yep.
why you find the E4.
Yeah. Fluky Hall out in Yokosuka is named for Captain Fluky. And the number of Medal of Honors that came out of submarine force in World War II far exceed any other service and or organization, because those folks went to the well time and again, and a lot of them didn't come back. A friend of mine lost his father on one of them, World War II. My cousin actually served on the not Parchi, damn it, started with a P, Pickerel, and he was a machinist mate, so he could not stand any music in the key of G, because that's what the Ferry Morris engines on the submarine ran in, were the key of G. So after 3 patrols, he decided he was going to do something safer, so he went to UDT. He said
All
it was safer than being in a submarine.
That's saying something, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
David, that's another good point. Way too many of those medals were awarded posthumously. Yeah.
We've got this Friday, Space Cowboys 4 publishes. Almost done with the introduction, by the way.
Okay.
I'm telling the editor over there, I'm almost done with it.
We've been poking
Cool.
at you about it since Saturday.
Of course, doesn't have much room to talk about producing stories.
It turned into a novel, not my fault. It's not. I don't know what you're talking about.
When did she turn in the story for the library anthology?
Yes,
Oh,
minor problem.
Oh, she does blush.
yeah. I still don't know what you're talking about.
So we've got a couple coming out. I'm not sure. John's not here, so I'm less organized than normal. But Space Cowboys 4 launches this Friday. I don't know about anything else we got coming out.
Do you have enough stories for Space Cowboys 5 yet?
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll be doing. He was dead when I got there later this month.
We got 9 stories for that.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Richard goes, we will find that cow. Yeah, Sir
Space-
Brass, they did, and Rick, they did destroy the Imperial Japanese Navy and the Japanese economy. No question.
How many submissions for Pinup Noir 3? I haven't even cracked the seal on Pinup Noir 3 yet.
There's a lot. And some of them are really good.
According to Courtney, there's a lot.
I've been alternating between that and the reading for All Will Burn because I need the contrast. Yeah, some of them are really good.
Sir Brass, his last name is actually spelled Fluckey.
What?
Lucky.
He's misspelling fluky.
So the Sparkle Chronicles, after we get done with the U again, which will be the 4th one, Sparkle Chronicles are kind of done. Stories are trickling in, so we're kind of going to do the dedicated Sparkle anthologies. 4 will be it.
But keep including Spurgle in your stories
Oh,
because they're
oh, yes.
hysterically funny to
Yeah.
find.
Oh, my gift to the literary world is Andrew Spurgle. As long as he's incompetent and or deviant, or deviantly incompetent, incompetently deviant, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as there's no redeeming qualities of the man, he's my gift to the literary world.
David says, I'm still trying not to write my Oliver Burns story. Just write it, get it out of your head.
Debunking stupid gun mistakes. Talk
Ah,
about a trilogy.
yeah.
There are so many stupid gun mistakes. Yes, I would really love to see Buckley versus Sparkle. I'm just not sure how that would work. But no, feel free to use him. As long as he's deviantly incompetent, I don't care.
Yeah.
He just can't be he can't be.
Yes, you did, Greg, and did a very good job of it. Thank you.
Oh, speaking of, I got a present from Greg. So apparently, I now own
1 square foot.
1 foot by 5 foot of land in Edelston, Scotland. I apparently am now a lord. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I need to.
That's almost enough for a coffin.
You just have to fold them at the knees.
Yeah.
1 foot by 5 foot.
Yeah. Put him in an urn. Hang on. Let me bury this son, bitch.
I'm wondering though
Okay,
if
done.
I'm wondering
We've
if
got a strap out of the crusher over here someplace.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can a 1 foot by 5 foot pylon going up about 2 stories, then build a castle.
The balancing act on that would be a little interesting. Plus, how the hell would you get up there? Since
I'm sure
you're wider than a foot wide.
if I'm a lord, I'm not coming out of the castle. Period. I know what those peasants do. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Thank you very
Tiffany.
much. Yes. So I have an established title. I promise to abuse it with great verve.
Why does this not surprise me at all?
So Laird McMurtry of the McMurtrys.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got a what's left of the family castle got burned down by the British during the Troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came right out of the Highlands and Islands.
So do you have mineral rights? Probably not.
Probably not. Dig, dig, dig. If I do,
Well, you go down, say 200 yards, and
and
then
then
Yeah.
yep,
Is it Lord or Laird?
Leonard.
Yeah.
It would be Leonard.
it would be
But-
Laird.
If I can do 5 foot by 1 foot, I can go up and then really piss off the Brits. And you know what? I have a level of comfort with that.
Oh, the things we get into.
Well, what you really need to do is find out who owns the plots around yours and go buy a half dozen of them.
I could. Ooh. Ooh.
That would be an interesting premise for a portal fantasy. Yeah.
You can put it's just the size of a door. You can put it where it goes,
Yeah, that's not the size of a door.
you can make a door fit.
I'll make it fit. I will make it fit.
It'd be
What is that
interesting
giant-
to watch you trying to get through that door.
What is the giant mushroom? That would be Laird Ian's castle.
Buy 3 more and use them for corner supports.
I will see it in the King Harv anthology. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good.
Scottish Dungeon Master. Oh,
Okay, I just went places we did not need to go on that one. So we'll just slide on by that particular turn of phrase. But I can either it's 1 foot by 5 foot. What can I do with 1 foot by 5 foot? I could do stuff. It would piss off the Brits, which quite honestly is a perk I hadn't thought of before.
oh.
And I could use it. An awful tiny dungeon. It's a door. It's a door. But I could use it to launch raids on the undefeated county of Sussex. Bury a folded over Spurble.
Oh. Door to Nublet. Yeah. Yeah, some of them are about that big. So
I mean, I could do things with it. I could do new anthology 1 4 by 5 foot, 1 foot by 5 foot.
Note to self: if I ever play D&D with Ian, include bagpipes of invisibility. Yeah, but you'd hear the son of a bitch is coming for a mile,
Yeah,
Jesse.
he couldn't find them. Because trust me, when they're playing, they're so loud you can't locate where they actually are. That would drive people nuts.
With the proper acoustics. On a plane, you can see him coming. In the mountains, oh no. Yeah, sorry. I may have done the physics of it. To piss somebody off. Not on purpose.
Because apparently the warlord of Sussex has done buggered off for the States. So that's an undefended area.
Failure, Will Robinson, yes. Oh,
Because, I'm pretty sure that I could ask somebody, probably Mike Massa, and get a 21-foot gunboat and a crew.
actually, you'd want 33 foot. But
Probably get a 33-foot gunboat and a crew.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's a river somewhere in Sussex that we can go up. And there's probably monasteries that, if I remember right, there are still monasteries in Sussex. And they probably haven't stress tested their panic system yet. So I'm probably doing them a favor.
The problem with getting yourself a 33-foot boat and a crew is trying to stop all the volunteers from talking about it right now, from climbing on board and
What-
sinking you.
What are the The Brits aren't going to be able to do much about it.
If anybody's
Harsh
seen
language?
the movie Act of Valor, that's the boat I'm talking about. Great for launching a small invasion. Yes,
They're going to invade anything. They're just going to.
sure.
Called a
Well,
Viking raid.
That monastery is on fire. We need to save the. We need to save the valuables. Or how it caught on fire, but
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Rick says they're apparently getting ready to turf Harry and Meghan completely out of the Royals.
they got full on stupid.
Yeah, they did.
Rita is watching that with just horrified fascination.
Yeah, that's, there's not much you can say. She's played the diva since day one, and she's really a second-rate actress, and that's all she's ever been.
But they no longer have a warlord,
Yeah.
and they do have monasteries.
Yeah.
And historically, you need to up their cardio a bit.
Yeah.
Monks need to work on their cardio, and being chased by a whole bunch of guys with axes is really good for the cardio.
Yeah, Wally, you're right. Let the wrong head do the thinking and double down. And then Jesse says, never marry the stripper.
No kidding, right?
Point.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
I've had that speech to my young soldiers. 2 weeks later, he has a fully crewed cruiser flotilla.
Oh,
Actually, the scary thing is I probably could.
well, I know for a fact when they were talking at one point about cruises off Somalia and that area in Yemen with chance to take target practice, there were over 500 requests for further information with deposits made for the cruise. And it was done as a joke, and a bunch of people were going, fuck the joke, let's go do this.
Wakeler, there's 43 monasteries in Sussex.
Yeah.
Think of all those monks and severe lack of cardio. 43 monasteries mysteriously catch on fire.
Yeah, pretty much rotted in place, yes.
I can see it now. A monastery goes up in flames in Sussex, and MI6 shows up at the blanket fort.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was him.
no, don't. Not the blanket fort.
All right, folks, we're about out of time. So one more push for Mona Lisa's book,
Yes, please.
Threading the
So
Needle.
good. Right.
Buy a Little Sister's book.
It dropped today. Go buy it. Go
Yep.
buy her Ravages of Honor series. Go read her free story Relics on Bain.com.
You realize Frank's going nuts. Frank's laying bets.
Yeah. And yes, that is a 1911 on the cover.
It is.
Yep. It's slightly truncated. It's a little too short unless it's an officer model. But
It depends how big her hands are.
yeah, true. Yeah, we can argue about that. Yeah, I'd call it an officer's model and be good with that.
Yeah, well, from the area forward of the dust cover, I'd say that's probably a Colt Commander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frank's getting popcorn. No kidding, right?
Anyway, folks.
His memos keep getting returned. Nobody's listening. Frank doesn't care anymore.
Frank's getting popcorn to go with his scotch because he drank all the tequila. It's Mona Lisa. Of course, it's a 1911.
Oh, on the poem I read Sunday. I put it up Sunday as a test.
Robert Service, yes.
Yes, Robert W. Service. Seems to have been fairly well received. It's up on Racketeer Press and North Texas Trollmakers. And if people like it, I could be talked into doing one every Sunday for a while.
Do it.
And,
Enough said.
yeah, if people like it. No, we'll see.
Everybody I've talked to likes it, so
Wow.
keep doing it.
We'll see.
All right.
Y'all be
Service,
safe.
service every week, or you want to going to alternate?
I'll go poems I like because the poetry I like, apparently most people have never heard of these days, which really annoys me.
So we get Kipling.
Kipling, Edgar Guest, Robert Service. Yeah.
Conga drums.
Ben, the link for Mona Lisa's book is in North Texas Troublemakers.
What rhymes with Spurgle? Gurgle.
Yeah.
I was just typing that.
This is the Taco Bell Chihuahua says, do it.
Do eat.
All right, folks. Y'all have a good week. Be safe, stay warm. And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you Thursday.
Y'all be safe.
Bye.